Hey guys, it's Morgan, and today I'm behind the camera. I am doing my 2017 wrap up. I saw Lala from Books and Lala do this, sort of. I'm not gonna do like all the stats she does, but I did stack my books up according to rating. So I read exactly 50 books in 6.5 months because basically the first half of the year I didn't read it at all. And then I decided to start a YouTube channel and I was like, hey, I better read some books. So left to right is 5 to 1 star. There are 11 5 stars, 24 stars, 12 3 stars, 6 2 stars, and 1 1 star. It's actually just a short story. So I'm just going to read off the books and authors, starting with my favorite, the 5 stars. So we have The Knife of Never Letting Go, The Ask and the Answer, and Monsters of Men by Patrick Ness. So those two books on top that are backwards are because I don't currently have the second and third book. I loaned them out. So that is one reason that the books are turned around backwards. I will explain a little bit later the rest of the reasons. Then there is Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, The Meek by J.D. Palmer, The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton, Michael Vey, The Prisoner of Cell 25 by Richard Paul Evans. And then I have Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. That book is turned on because I do not own that copy. I borrowed it from the library and I absolutely loved it. I would love to own it, but I don't right now. Then we have Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, Infinity, and Invincible by Sherry Lynn Kenyon. So those are my 5-star reads. My favorite book that I read this year has to be Infinity by Sherry Lynn Kenyon. It is the second time I've read that book. Same with Invincible, which is the second book in the series. It is my all-time favorite book. I forgot how much I love that book. It is so amazing. I recommend that to everybody. It's fantastic. Next, with the 4 stars, we have quite a few. That is definitely the rating I give most. So starting at the top, we have The Beast is an Animal by Peter Nell van Arsdale, Haven by Mary Lindsay, Witch Season, Summer and Fall. So that second one, flip backwards, is to represent fall because Summer and Fall is one book and I wanted to represent each individual book. Both of those are by Jeff Marriott. Then we have Hold Me Closer, Necromancer by Lish McBride. Then we have 2 more books that are turned backwards. They represent Obsidian and Onyx. The first 2 books in the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I currently have loaned those out as well. Then we have Michael Vey, Rise of the Elgin by Richard Paul Evans, Maximum Ride, School's Out Forever, Undercurrent by Paul Blackwell, the first 2 books in the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd series, 8th Grade Bites and 9th Grade Slays by Heather Brewer. Then we have Ripper by Stefan Petruccia, Lockdown, Escape from Furnace by Alexander Gordon Smith, and then the next 2 books are both backwards. Intensity by Dean Koontz is the first one that it's representing. I don't own that book. I read it, and it's my dad's. And then Paint the Wind by Pam Munoz Ryan is the second backwards book. I don't own that anymore. I gave it as a gift for Christmas. Then we have The Dangerous Days of Daniel X by James Patterson and Michael Ledwidge, Stormbreaker by Anthony Horowitz, and then we have The Lightning Thief and The Last Olympian by Rick Riordan. I'm going to say my favorite out of that stack is Haven, because it is the only 4.5-star book, but I put it in the 4-star pile. That book was great. It was fantastic. Next, we have the 3-star books. There are 12 of those. First, we have The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, and the Battle of the Labyrinth by Rick Riordan. Then we have The Giver by Lois Lowry, The Marbury Lens by Andrew Smith, Legend the graphic novel, originally by Marie Lu. This one is adapted by Lee Dragoon and illustrated by Kari. Next we have Perennials, which is the backwards book. That one is an ebook. I do own that. And that's by Bryce Gibson. Then we have More Than This by Patrick Ness. Bullet Point by Peter Abrahams. The Revelation Room by Mark Tilbury is also an ebook. The Secret School by Avi, I do not own anymore. And then Daniel X. Watch the Skies by James Patterson and Ned Rust. My favorite out of that stack is probably More Than This by Patrick Ness. Next to the 2 stars, we're dwindling it down to the single digits. We have 6 of those. The first one is Maximum Ride Angel Experiment. So I have a rule, if it's a 2 or 1 star book, I get rid of it. The only reason that I kept Maximum Ride Angel Experiment with 2 stars is because it is the first book in a series that I am rereading. I absolutely loved the second one. I gave it 4 stars. So that's the only reason I still own that one. The next book you can't really see. It is a short story I borrowed from my mom. It's Nightingale by Jean Copeland. I didn't really like it very much. I'm not really a short story person, but it was okay. Then the next book there is Memory Boy by Will Weaver. I do not own that anymore. The Hooded Man by Jay Bennett. I do not own. One of the Boys by Daniel Magriel. I do not own. And then Coraline by Neil Gaiman. I borrowed from the library and didn't like. So those are the 2 star books. And then the last book there you can barely see is a short story that I own. It's called Help Me Follow My Sister into the Land of the Dead by Carmen Maria Machado. I did not like it. I liked the story, but it was just too short and it was all weird. So, yeah, those are all the books I read in 2017. I really had a great year. More than half are 4 and 5 star reads. Sadly, there was 2 and 1 star reads, but whatever, that's okay. There's only a few. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!